Hey guys, welcome to Fit. I am just hanging out here at end range in a shin to wall stretch. This is mobility. What I've done is I've walked my shin all the way up to the wall. I've propped my other foot in front of me, okay, and two things have to happen in this position where I'm restricted. I have to tuck my heel in behind my butt, and I have to squeeze my butt cheeks. If I can press my hip forward, I get more of a stretch in the front of this hip, okay? What I want to have happen here is if this is too much, so this is end range, you should be able to get into this position no problem, okay? If this is too much for you, you're missing part of your extension in your hip, okay? And you can easily scale this down by setting this knee on the ground and still driving this hip forward, okay? This is number one. This is mobility, and this is one of the biggest fixes that you can start to do, okay, is work on this hip extension mobility. So that's number one. Number two, compression, okay? I have two things. I have a foam roller and I have a lacrosse ball. It doesn't have to be a lacrosse ball, it doesn't have to be a foam roller. It has to be something that you could roll on or something that you could get some compression with, okay? Our two biggest fixes here are gonna be our IT bands. One, along the side of our leg, okay? This is not a muscle, it's like a steel sheath. It divides the quad, the big muscle in the front, from the hamstring, the big muscle in the back. And a lot of times, when this gets tight, it can pull our knee out of position. So what we need to do is put compression on it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start right above my knee, okay, and I'm going to put as much pressure as I can. I'm going to roll up and down along this IT band, okay? If I find a place that's tight, I can just sink into it and maybe even pancake back and forth, okay? This is compression, okay? It's putting pressure on that tissue, and as I put pressure on that tissue, it opens it up, okay? Fix number two, using compression, a lacrosse ball, a softball, a tennis ball. I'm going to take the tennis ball and I'm going to stick it right here on the outside of my butt cheek, okay? If I can, I'm going to cross one leg over and watch. I'm just going to kind of paint side to side, digging into that hip. If I find a place that's tight, again, I can just sink my weight into it, okay? Or I can start to just wiggle a little bit and search and hunt around for places that are really tight. Here's the deal. Shin to wall, mobility, okay? Two different compression activities. One for the IT band, one for the glute. The only way that this stuff works is if you are willing to be in these positions for 2 minutes or more. That's when tissue changes. That's when you gain mobility. Okay, so again, you have three things. Shin to wall, foam roller and IT band, lacrosse ball into the hip. Everything has to be done for 2 minutes or more.